Hey guys, so I'm going to tell you a quick story about how I got the SWAT team called on me in fourth grade. So I guess I'll just jump straight into it. Me and my mother, so I lived with my mother at the time. We went for a weekend trip to my aunt's house, and we would do this regularly. She lived about an hour away from us at the time, in like southern Ontario. I shouldn't really say where, but anyway, so we went to go hang out with them for the weekend. We usually go like swimming, stuff like that. If it's like Thanksgiving or anything along those lines, is likely why we were there. I believe it was either early summer or late fall. I think it had to be late summer, so probably before the school year ends, somewhere around there. But anyways, we'd spend the weekend, whatever. I believe I was just there this particular weekend. I don't remember why. I think my mom might have had to go do something, so I was being babysat. Um, so anyways, we, go swimming, hang out, whatever. My uncle at the time, I believe he still is a police officer or an investigator or something along those lines, and they had some kind of private restaurant that you could go eat at that only officers could go hang out at. So it was empty. There's games there, pool tables, whatever. The food's great. So we went there, and yeah, it's just generally just a chill hangout. Um, Now, while I'm there during the weekend, at some point, I had obtained a cap gun. So my aunt would regularly buy my cousins cap guns, and they'd play cops and robbers like around the neighborhood. And neighborhood, it was fairly new. So the houses were built, but there was no fences. So there's like alleyways in between houses. I remember there was all kinds of little like nooks and crannies you could run through. And so I had a cap gun, and I'm using this cap gun to play cops and robbers. Now, eventually, I gotta go home. So it's Monday now. I go to school and, go to the babysitters after school until mom comes and gets me. And around this time, my mom and my stepdad had just got a place together, their first place together. It was like a fairly nice apartment building. Like it had a pool and stuff like inside, underground parking. It was a nice place. I think we were on like anywhere between the fourth and eighth floor, somewhere in there. We were one of the corner units. We had two balconies. We had a big one and a little one. And I kept firing the cap gun that I got at my aunt's inside the house. And my mom obviously got pissed. So that being said, she eventually tells me, like, get the fuck outside. Like, stop fucking shooting the cap gun in the house, right? This is loud. So, me being in a building, being in fourth grade, not having my own key, I automatically just assumed that she meant the balcony. So that's what I did. So I went on the balcony a handful of times, like anywhere between two and four times. It had to be at least three, I believe. So first time, go out, shoot a couple times. Second time, go out, I'm pointing at cars and stuff. Like the intersection's fairly far away. But I guess around this time, I should mention that I'd removed the orange tip off of the cap gun. So it's a very sparkly, like candy red, like almost like I can't even get it. Anyway, so it's a candy red cap gun. I take the orange tip off the end, so it kind of looks like a red revolver. Around the third or fourth time I went out, I'm shooting it, and I hear something. I look down. There's a really old man with like a cane, and he's doing this. So he's counting up the floors and left to right to figure out what unit it is. I didn't realize that then. I know this now. So I go out again a little while later, and by this point, I'm like kind of scared. The man's gone, but now I see a bunch of like police cars outside the building. At the time, I didn't really know, but I had a feeling something was wrong. Around this time, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is a very, very popular game, one of my favorite games, and I know you see police, it's just not good. So in the old man's defense, like I was pointing it at the intersection and the tip was off, so he might have thought it was real, and it does make sounds. So I honestly think though he was just a cranky old man who seen someone having fun and wanted to ruin it. He's the fun police. So eventually I notice the cops. I see multiple paddy wagons, unmarked, one or two normal police cars, and around this time, like, I get scared. So I say something to my mom. I'm like, hey, like, there's a lot of police outside. She's like, oh, that's weird. Somebody must have fucked up. So, me being scared, I go and put this cap gun under my pillow on my bed. So, not 5 minutes later, you hear fucking knock, knock, knock. My mom goes over, looks through the peephole, and somebody's got their fucking finger on it. So, my mom's like, fuck that. I'm not answering that shit. So, they keep knocking. Eventually, she gets irritated and she opens the door. The second she opens the door, they don't like push her, but like walk through her. And there's at least like 8 cops in my apartment at this point. So, like one lady went straight to the TV and turned the TV off. And I remember my mom being pissed about that. And my mom at the time was trying to watch a show that she liked while doing like housework. I think she was just listening to it. And she kept turning it back on. This woman kept fucking going over and turning it right back off. I remember my mom getting so fucking mad. And, like, even after they left later, she wouldn't stop talking about this for, like, a good hour. But now, obviously, at this point, my mom's pissed. So, the cops, they think there's a real fucking gun in the house. Like, they're freaking out. They're asking her all kinds of questions. They're not bothering with me, because I'm a fucking kid. And, you know, I was a smart little bastard, and I hid that shit because I knew something was off. So I get quizzed, mom gets quizzed. Eventually, the cop realizes that, like, I know where the gun is because I'm like, yo, yeah, it's my gun. And he's like, show me where it is. So, bring him in my room, whatever. He's right next to me. And I'd mentioned that it wasn't real, but he had to be sure. Obviously, he doesn't know that. So I take him to my room, and right when I go to the pillow and try to reach for it, he's like, no, 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 no. Like, I'll get it. Like, chill the fuck out. Like, so I tell him it's under the pillow, pulls it out, checks it, realizes it's fake, sees the caps inside. And, my mom being pissed, she's like, take that shit. Like, why, why are you letting him keep it? Because he gave it back to me. Like, and, essentially, he was like, it's not a real gun. I can't seize it. It would be like me stealing it. Like, I can't just like go into someone's house and be like, oh, this is evidence. Like, I mean, it happens sometimes, I'm sure, but you can't do that. So he just told her, like, you got to throw it out. So, yeah, my mom essentially expected this man to seize a fake cap gun. So, anyways, the police leave. My mom obviously scolds me, but I surprisingly didn't get in a whole lot of trouble. I did listen to her. I did do what she said. I went outside. So, if I remember correctly, though, I'm pretty sure that's the last cap gun I ever owned. The only thing close to that I got after that was, it looks like a gun, but it shoots like little rubber bullets with air. I think that is the last, like, play gun I ever owned. I was never allowed to have one ever again. And to be fair, you go to the dollar store nowadays, at least here in Canada, you can't find them. Like, they're just not there. So anyway, guys, that's how I got SWAT called on me in grade 4. So yeah, if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and see ya.